Hey, gang. What's going on, you guys? What's up, Taco, Gary, Nathan, Alvin, John, Hornet, Robert, Gary again, BBQ, Joseph, Hank, Gone with the Wind, Gone 84 Wind. Yeah, I'm gonna call it Gone with the Wind. Rodent, Robin, hello. Spotnik Kitty, Chris, Megan, hello, everybody. So, from what people have told me, at least folks in the chat have said, is that it got kind of interesting after they booted me from the discussion I was having with Canaanland Wars. So that's the first thing I wanted to showcase. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. And a Happy New Year. The other thing I wanted to show is that Marcel Bissett has a new video. If you were wondering, I still haven't edited out all the N-bombs that he dropped in the other video that's no longer on his channel, obviously. I'm lazy, so I haven't bleeped everything out yet. But he posted a very brand new video that I only listened to the first 30 seconds, and I'm like, okay, I have to watch this. So that'll be a blind watch as well. So hopefully there won't be a lot of N-bombs in that one as well. I don't think it is. It looks like a more prepared video and not like a rant like he usually would. So there's that, and then yeah, we're gonna have an interesting night. Yes, it's a Marcel of the Bissett family video, but we'll see. I also heard that Nathan Thompson lost his channel. Nathan Thompson, for those of you who don't know, he's a infamous flat earther ass clown, and so yeah, not shocked about that. Anyway, I'm not gonna go watch. This is their whole thing is like 3 hours long. I'm not gonna sit through that tonight with you guys, for God's sakes. We're gonna be here all night. But I'm gonna try and match where, because they were talking to this woman. I don't know who she is. I don't know what her affiliation was. So I'm not gonna sift through that. I'm gonna go towards when we were talking. So here's when we had it.
Supreme.
Well, first I want to make sure that you guys can hear everything.
That supreme authority without letting the people know where they got that authority. So the position that the Moors take is that we are actually the Aboriginal and Indigenous.
Oh, real quick, Chris, I have seen Juan Galt's latest where the first and only time you see Mark Stevens actually appear at an administrative hearing, and he gets shut down after about 40 minutes. I have seen that before a long, long time ago. I will probably do a breakdown of that. All it does is it just gets it. The problem is it gets me agitated because of how repetitive Mark Stevens is. He's completely obnoxious, and he drives me to drinking all on his own. But I'm going to save that for another day. We're going to save that for another day.
Indigenous people of the Western Hemisphere.
Megan Genetis with a $4.99 super chat. As always, take my damn money. I love this channel. Megan, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Those people. And us being those people means that we have certain inalienable rights in our own land.
I think that was me cracking open a beer.
People means that we have certain inalienable rights.
Yep, that was me cracking open a beer at the time. All right, we're going to...
No one can violate, especially if we haven't violated anybody.
All right, here we go.
Here's the issue. Here's the answer I'm giving a...
And then I wanted to see the chat, because apparently the chat was interesting as well.
Your bed, and then if you go from the kitchen to the living room between 9 and 5,
hey Aaron,
give you tickets. Would you let me do that?
No, but here's the thing. Here's the issue. Here's the answer I'm giving Abdullah and Sheldon about how can a colonizer make laws. It's that old adage of to the victor go the spoils.
Oh, okay.
Y'all didn't win. Right. You just said y'all didn't win.
They won. You're right. They won through force of arms.
We won.
You didn't win.
Yes, we did.
Then why is the United States still here?
Exactly. Why the fuck are y'all still here?
Because we won.
Artie, we appreciate it, Artie. We appreciate it, Artie. Thank you, Artie. We appreciate you being here.
That's it's modern human history, dude.
Have a good night, Artie.
But that's the thing, Artie, you need to find out more books. Get more books. Not the books you got in school and all that.
What was the name of the work? Time Walker.
The Time Walker by Meredith Quinn.
Okay, I'll have to look that up.
That's one of them. Then you could read They Came Before Columbus.
You heard what he said? That's savage talk. This is what we do. They're savages.
You could read They Came Before Columbus as well.
No, I've heard all that. God damn it!
Read that one as well.
Thank you, Taco, with the $10 super chat. Check out Ghost of Tsushima on PS4. It's my current game stream. Love it.
Because they're afraid of being held accountable. P. Barnes.
Dan the Man with $5 super chat. Thanks for putting up with them for our entertainment. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you too. Taco, Ghost of Tsushima is a fantastic game. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the thing, Deacon. It's like yeah, it's just I don't know.
I know you're not letting that. I know you're not letting modern human history go. I get that.
You're a savage, guy.
You're right. That is modern human. That's modern human because y'all all modern.
Thanks, Artie.
Like you, man.
Have a good night, Artie.
About people like you. I'll never forget about you, man. You're a savage.
Have a good night, Artie.
About people like you. You're
There you go. I get that.
You're a savage, guy.
You're right. That is modern human. That's modern human because y'all all modern.
Thanks, Artie.
Like you, man.
Have a good night, Artie.
About people like you. I'll never forget about you, man. You're a savage. You're a savage. My son knows about you, man. He knows about you and your people.
Okay, and that's the part where they cut me off or they booted me.
I just want to apologize for my.
You know what?
People are savages.
Yo, you know what? At least he was mad enough to come on the chat because there's other people that talk crap in the chat and they don't want to come on. So, you know what I mean? So at least he was mad enough to come on the chat. But this is.
He has his agenda. He has his agenda.
Yeah, and I think what was interesting about this, and I'm pretty sure he's still listening. But I think what's interesting about this,
I wasn't. I mean, I pretty much stopped listening after that. I mean, why would I listen to you when you boot me off like that? You said they kept on saying like, "Thank you for having me on. Thank you for having me." But when at the moment when I was still talking or when I was booted off, I thought I was in mid sentence, but it didn't seem like it here.
Barbarians and we savages. You just heard what they said?
Bro, did you hear what he said? Yo.
Yeah, of course I heard what he said.
That's
we won. I mean, like that's I mean.
I can't let that slide. You know what I mean? I can't let that continue on when I know that's okay. Then you're a savage people. Just say that. That's what he just said. We're savage people. We don't give a F. We don't care about none of that. Grant, she gave him the perfect example, and he's like, yeah, but if basically if you can do it and kick me out my house and beat me up, then you can have it. That's savage, like. That's not how our people are. That's not our principles.
Yep.
We don't operate like that.
Yep.
Yes, that's savage, man. That's savage. That was savage. And to try to make it seem like it's legitimate. That's not legitimate. That's not scholarly what he just said. That's not none of that. That's not any of that. And he's a lawyer guy? What part of scholarship was that? That was just straight savage.
Yeah, what part of logic?
Well, see, the thing is that if somebody comes in and breaks into my house and takes my stuff, I can actually, the institutions that are available to me can have that person prosecuted because the institutions that are available to us right here and now respect property rights. And so I can have my recompense. I can have my property returned to me based on the institutions at play. But we're not talking about an individual versus an individual. We're talking about nation states and empires and other bodies. There's a distinction to be had between international affairs and the individual affairs between one person and another. Like, you're trying to make this claim that because it was originally yours, it is yours and cannot be taken away. Yes, there is truth to that, but there is also the idea that you can fight and you can with violence against a conquering entity without a doubt. But there is also, and if there is an actual conflict between two groups and a group loses, then eventually over time the subjugating entity is going to be able to take over, establish its own institutions, and then over time it'll be recognized by other bodies, and therefore gain its legitimacy. It's like when Israel was formed as a nation state in 1948. It gained legitimacy because it was recognized by most of the UN member states at the time. It's when South Sudan became a nation and was legitimized because of its recognition by other international bodies, by a majority of other international bodies. There is a constant conflict right now between Taiwan and mainland China because many nations don't have diplomatic. Only a small handful of nations have diplomatic relations with Taiwan or recognize Taiwan as an independent state. The U.S. technically doesn't, as far as my understanding, the United States does not technically recognize Taiwan as an independent state, but they still have some informal relations with them. So this is an ongoing thing, and this is an ongoing process, because again, you look at the logic behind this. It is the equivalent of saying that the Italy or Rome should still be in control of what used to be the extent of the Roman Empire because they were in control of those regions for several hundred years. But borders and jurisdictions and territorial recognition has changed over time, spanning across continents and regions. And yes, it happened here in the United States and in North America. The Spanish-American, the Mexican-American War. The United States gained a fat chunk of territory from winning the war. They can't. Mexico can go ahead and try and claim that the territory that they lost, like California, is still theirs. But are they going to enforce it through force of arms? Probably not. And most of the international community recognizes that territory as now part of the United States. It's
dictionary. What part of my dictionary was that?
I asked him, I said, have you read the Monroe Doctrine? No, I haven't, but I can sum it up. What?
If you wanted me to recite a direct policy, and you even got that one wrong, because when I looked it up, I confirmed what I originally believed the Monroe Doctrine to be, and that is that the United States tells the colonial powers of Europe that they can't mess with the affairs of the Western Hemisphere. That is, in a nutshell, what the Monroe Doctrine was. But their Monroe Doctrine is something completely different.
Right.
How they do.
Bro,
Yep, that's what, because when you get them trapped in the corner, that's what they're going to have to say. Say what it is. That you guys are savage barbarics. Yeah. Moors came in here, art and
barbarics?
Civilization.
Hey, Truman.
And you still is just, we're savage. Still is just, we're nasty. Can't wash ourselves. They still nasty. That was just barbaric right there, man. That was barbaric. And I'm glad this is out. I'm glad we get to see it. Y'all heard them. Don't just be like, well, that's what we saying. The Moors don't have an army and all of that. No, they're barbaric. They're savage. And then they lied on us through history and try to label us barbarians.
Hey, what's up, Schrodinger? The News Now community has promised to sue you. Oh, yeah, I'd love to see that.
We proven that that's them today, eating babies and stuff. Like, we can prove that today. That's them doing that. Everything that they were saying that we were doing, that's what they were really doing. They were really doing that, still doing it to this day.
You ain't lying.
And, that was right there. That was live. You just witnessed it.
Yep.
You ain't lying about
You
that.
just witnessed it.
Man, that's
I can't
crazy.
believe that. I'm looking at my son right now.
He really tried to throw us out the door. He said the Universal Declaration of Indigenous People was not ratified. Bro, are you serious?
I didn't say that. I said it was a non-binding resolution, and the United States was not a signer to it anyway. Or, well, here's the thing. We'll reverse that. The U.S. was not a signatory to that resolution, and even if they were, it's non-binding. So it has no authority in the United States.
Like you gonna disavow the Aboriginals being here, being established way before any of this.
I am going to disavow that because there's no documented evidence of that. The current understanding is that the Native Americans have been here since for about 10,000 years, been in North America for about 10,000 years.
He was a savage.
Yo, it's
and they themselves migrated over the land bridge between Alaska and Russia.
I mean, sure, everything he was doing, I mean, it ain't clear. I'm a savage. Everything y'all saying, no, it doesn't matter. I'm a savage.
And you know what, Brother Yusef? Now I understand why you were saying conversation's over. Now I understand. Now I comprehend.
Hear them talking.
Oh, okay.
Shut. Yeah, go ahead, Sheldon.
No, saying Brother Yusef. Now I understand.
I just couldn't hear. My fault.
Now I understand why you were saying conversation is over.
Yep.
Now I comprehend when you said that. Yeah.
Yep. Because I was like, brother, that's not scholarly. That wasn't scholarly what you just mentioned. We're trying to deal with scholarship. We're showing documented evidence. And this guy's just gonna
Thanks, Wazoo.
Hall, and it was like.
No, Deacon. I agree with you that teaching U.S. history can always be improved, but these guys, this isn't teaching, parts of American history that is true but not taught or not publicized as much as it should be. These guys are straight up making shit up without any sort of basis. We're talking about people who claim that Moors, i.e. people that we understand to be part of North Africa, have been on the North American continent for tens of thousands of years, if not longer than the Asiatic migrants that came over the land bridge.
That's that honky talk. I don't want to hear that, man.
That's that trailer park. That trailer park trash.
Yeah, come on, man. Get out of here. And these are supposed to be the people, the suit and tie people. I'm a bum. I walk everywhere and know that was savage, like what he just did.
Yeah, those are the people. Those are the ones who used to put you on the tree and stuff like that. Those ones.
Yep.
You poke them wrong, and then they start calling you nigger and stuff like that. Oh shit, they've been playing all this time. They've been playing kind. Playing kind.
Yep, playing. Like they don't know, because he know what it is. Like as soon as he got in the truck, well, all right, you guys are right, but it's like that old saying.
He went there quick fast. He went there quick fast.
Yep. That's what it was. He was cornered.
Yeah, he got cornered big time.
He couldn't do anything.
He couldn't do anything.
I'm
he
like,
reeled himself.
What are you talking about?
Well, most of the time they kept on trying to go saying that I was illegally calling myself a United States citizen, even though I kept on telling him over and over again that their definition of the United States is completely off and relying on a false premise. And I kept on trying to tell them that the simple fact that just because you were here first does not mean that your claim is eternal, because again, human history has taught us that borders move all the time, or at least they did up until the mid 20th century. Then it became a much, much rarer thing. But borders and control and territorial control and jurisdiction of territories change all the time, again, up until the mid 20th century.
Can't be
but you didn't want to hear that. And the fact that I said that, hey, again, I even entertaining the premise that you are in fact Native Americans to this land, or like native to this land. I don't buy that, because it's a bunch of revisionist history. But even entertaining that, the Native Americans lost, hence the reservations. I'm not saying that's necessarily morally right or morally correct, but I'm also saying that the recognized jurisdiction is of those of the former colonies, who then turned into states, who then turned into westward migration, manifest destiny, as it were, and those are now the political bodies of the municipalities and the states and the federal government are the recognized power in control of this region, not you. Not your group anymore. That is just a simple, honest to goodness fact, due to the fact as a result of conquest.
United States citizen and American at the same time.
He had to say America was Africa eventually, and we got him on that one.
Wait, what? I did. What? I didn't say America was Africa.
He said it.
No, I didn't.
He refused. Why is
I did not say America was Africa. I kept on trying to tell you that George Washington's letter to the Sultanate was not of George Washington claiming that America was part of Africa.
Writing a letter to Northern Africa, thanking him for being in his dominion, and he couldn't, because he's talking about, well, the Barbary states in North, like, yo, he's in the Americas saying thank you for letting me stay here.
Yeah, no, that doesn't mean that. That means North Africa.
That doesn't mean that.
He's North Africa.
He was trying to say the barbarian pirates on the water, because he already knew he messed up. He knew he messed up when he said that. Like, brother, what? And then the pirates on the water.
Quick interjection. Quick interjection. Mark in the chat was saying, why we acting surprised? We gotta use our energy different and all that. Go.
I responded to the commentary on here earlier.
Go check the name of this. Kush Day versus attorney lawyer more hater, guys. He was first. And then this lawyer more hater guy was in our chat. And then we brought him on here. So this is just the beatdown of the lawyer people. We're using the energy excellently right now. Honors to all the wars beating up these colonists all day.
So, you know what else is funny? So when I say the De Medicis, he says, well, that's in Assassin's Creed, and you're saying that Assassin's Creed is real. So you know that it's like, no, freaking jackass. Obviously, when they make freaking video games, they base it off of real events. Exactly. Obviously, when they make freaking video games, they base it off of real events.
Exactly.
Stupid. Like, come on, bro.
So that's how you know they're playing games.
He said,
that's how you know they're playing games.
He said the Medici family. Yeah, so you know.
But he knows of. But he knows of them. But this is the thing, though. He knows of them only from Assassin's.
No, oh my God, I was making a joke, you jackass. I know of the Medicis. I was making a fucking joke.
He doesn't really know.
Yeah. Okay, just go on his video. Go on his video to see he has the freaking race car chair and all that stuff. He's not no damn lawyer. You're an attorney.
I can be both.
He has a paper shredder at a lawyer's office.
That's rude.
Video game.
Right. So if you only know the De Medicis from Assassin's Creed, you need to study more, man.
Oh my fucking god! Again, it was a joke.
Yeah.
Where they get their clothes from?
I don't have a rest car bed. I have a an epic gaming chair ahead of me. This guarantees me a 6.0 KD ratio. True fact.
They got their diplomas from Ali Muhammad. That's where they got
Man,
their.
you should have hit him with the you should have hit with
Huh? All that kills me.
What'd you say, Abdullah?
You were not hearing you, Abdullah.
You should have hit him with that Saint Maurice, and who gave the Europeans permission over there?
There's another thing too.
Like we can go in circles around them about getting permission from us.
And I could have hit him with they found a piece of Africa underneath Florida and stuff, going all the way into like Texas and stuff. So right, but
trade was probably a thing, right?
If I had said that, ancient times didn't know that, he's gonna say no, they didn't know that. So everybody in ancient time is stupid, and everybody in modern is brilliant.
Yep.
I didn't say they were stupid. I mean, ignorance is probably a thing, right? Is a less harsh term to make.
Right? So,
I don't know what they mean by a piece of Africa under Florida. I mean, if they're talking about like artifacts, then it's entirely possible that trade was happening there, and so there was something from there.
Let me answer that.
And like, I don't doubt that that trade with the Moorish Empire was a thing. Of course, it was a thing during the colonial era and beyond. I mean, there's no doubt about that in my mind. But these guys are trying to say that's proof that there was an empire or a grand Moorish civilization in what is now the United States, which is incorrect. But
he tried.
He tried.
God damn it! $10 from Jeremy. Eden's Assassin's Creed is real. Ezio murdered all of the Medici and Borgia, and there's an ancient alien race that somehow stopped us from dying of the sun somehow.
He thought this was.
God damn it.
Yeah, he thought this was Devon and Rootward and them more.
No, that's treason.
He never could prove
That's treason what they did.
Citizen. He never could prove that. I proved it to him. You can't be a citizen of the United States.
Yeah, I can.
I want to know how he a citizen of the United States.
Oh, that's that mindset of they're from this side. It's almost in their DNA that they're from this side.
And the logic. He's from the United States, so he's an American.
So he's an American.
Yeah.
But and then.
Yeah.
And then he broke it down. And then he broke it down. Well, Canada, Canadian, and you said that too, Kojo. Canada, Canadian, Mexico. So then how do you get the American from US? Well, that's the generalized term that people associate. Yeah, that's the generalized term, but that doesn't make it real.
Words have meaning. And so if I were to go to the UK, okay, here we go. To my international audience, if I were to go to the UK or Ireland and say, and you ask me, hey, where are you from? I would either say I'm from the United States or I say I'm from America. If I were to say I'm from America, would you need clarification saying, oh, you're from America or what part? Mexico, Canada, or United States? This may be my evil, Yankee go home attitude, but I would think that if I said I'm an American, you would think, okay, he's from the United States, specifically. Because I imagine that if you were saying, hey, where are you from? And you said you were Canadian, then Canada, right? I would think that most people would assume that if I were to say I'm an American, people would say people outside of the United States would think he's saying he's from the United States. That's what I mean by common knowledge. And words have meaning.
That doesn't make it true.
It is true.
If you're from the United States, you're a United Statesian. You're not American.
Oh my God.
Then by that rationale, then Canadians are Americans.
America, fuck yeah.
Canadians are Americans. Mexicans are Americans. Brazilians are Americans.
No, they're not. They're Brazilians.
You know what I'm saying? So how come the United States has the monopoly on the continent saying that they're Americans?
Well, because we're evil Americans, I guess. I don't know. Yankee, go home. I would imagine that it might be an interesting thing to note. Why is it not United Statesian versus American? I would expect that most people over time would have associated American with United States. Clifford, I am not streaming tomorrow. I will be on my way to my sister's place for the Christmas holiday. I know I wanted to say, like, just go to fucking. I would just tell him, go to fucking Wikipedia, and it has the demonym right there. But I knew the moment I would bring it up, they would just hand wave dismiss Wikipedia immediately.
Americans. Ain't that some fraud right there? Crazy.
Hey, that's why I kept on bringing that up. I'm like, yo, but you're colonies. Since when did the 13 colonies become 50 states? How that happen?
No.
He didn't want to prove that fact that the white people that came about 10 square miles
I'm like, well, let's just do
Hold on, he's talking again.
13 colonies.
Hold on. Oh, hold on. We just wanted to pull this one up right now. Because last time they came on here, they were talking about, we love you, Canaanland wars and all that stuff, and now they're talking BS in the chat. Root word.
Oh, root words on there.
Let me just.
You gonna block me, man? You hate us now again? You used to love us. Block me? Now you hate us now?
All right, man. It's only been 2 weeks.
You said we at the same time. You said we was different. Are you gonna block me or not? I'm not gonna come up here and be disrespectful. Since we different, I just want to see how we different, sir. Are you gonna block me and be scared? I thought you loved our channel. What's going on? What happened? You got off your meds or something? All my Caribbean brothers are the same as me. My Canadian brothers are the same as me. So that become from the no Canadians over there. I ain't gonna block you. I'm not gonna argue. I'm just saying. I'll say you, my brother, might disagree on shit. My Caribbean brother, we all know England is Europe. So that. Sorry, Allah says your stream is not working good. So FOH.
Your line is choppy, bro.
We'll get some service. We'll get some service. Come out that basement. Go get some service upstairs.
I got a question for you, brother. He said, okay, you said so they found pieces of Africa down in Florida. If they found pieces of Africa down in Florida, that would mean that the Jamaican Islands isn't Jamaica. That means they got another name, an ancient name, really.
Right. But it goes beyond that. Didn't Drew Ali and everybody say Northwest Africa?
Yeah, he did.
So if North America, if piece of Africa is found.
Oh, man. Hey, come on, y'all. We ain't gonna bite. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can hop on.
Islam, hope.
Islam, brother.
Islam. I just wanted to make I wanted to make a comment when y'all was going back and forth with Artie. You should have mentioned with him when he said how we won and that's why they're allowed to stay here and all that stuff, you know, and why he.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's put it down to brass tacks. when I mean we, I mean the collective entity known as the political bodies that represent the states, the federal government, municipalities, etc. You saying we're not allowed to be here. Okay, how are you going to enforce that, and from whom? Furthermore, you are saying that you're not subject to any of the laws put in place by these bodies. Okay, how are you going to enforce that? Has that ever been recognized by any authoritative body? No. So, by trying to tell people that they don't have to follow these laws as Moors, even though you know damn well that nobody recognizes that, you're doing a detriment to them by telling them something that not to do something, telling them that they don't have to follow laws, even though that they can actually, in fact, be tried, punished, and put in prison for not following the laws.
He had this delusional entitlement.
Delusional entitlement.
I was someone to bring up the Treaty of Peace and Friendship on him.
As if I don't know about the Treaty of Peace and Friendship that they bring up every waking second.
So
Well, the thing is, they tried to make the argument that, if I recall our conversation before, they tried to make the argument. Well, I mean, if a group of Chinese nationals were to go to Spain, and then they somehow tried to enforce their laws of mainland China in Spain, would somebody from a Spanish national have to follow them? And I would say no, because
they're afraid of being held accountable. P. Barnes.
Thank you, Hank, for the $5. The title of our country is the United States of America. No other country uses America in its title. There you go. I mean, it's shorthand for same as U.S., but the demonym-wise, America, right? Anyway, so that's what they make that they make that sort of analogy. But the problem is that I said no because Spain is the dominant country of the territory, the dominant political body of the territory of the Iberian Peninsula, except for Portugal. The Moorish Empire, or what they consider to be the Moorish Empire, is not the dominant political entity of the region known as the United States. So the analogy falls flat.
He could look into that and realize, that, he's reading from, a fake government point of view. And when Jens asked him, when he was an attorney and where he took his oath, we all know that all attorneys of law take an oath to the bar. Mm-hmm. It's not to the Constitution.
My oath was to the Constitution. My oath was not to any bar association. I thought I made that clear. I am not a member. Again, I'll say this. I said this once. I'll say it again. And I'll say it 1,000 times. I am not an active member of any bar association. Not the American Bar Association, not the New York State Bar Association, not the New Jersey Bar Association, not my local or county bar associations, not the Hispanic Bar Association, which is also a thing. I am not an active dues-paying member of any of those. My license, my ability to practice law is governed by the judiciaries of the states of New Jersey and New York. That's it. You clown.
British accredited registry.
Oh my God, she said it too. Fuck. Damn it, Jeremy. Todd K for the $4.99 super chat. Keep up the great work.
Right there.
No, but what you don't get is that he's been trolling Moors. He wasn't on here because he has some position and we're trying to put some position to him.
Oh, he came on trolling.
He came on here to run through the gauntlet.
I came on there because y'all were talking a bunch of bullshit and I wanted to correct the record. That's why I went on there. And I would say that most trolls don't actually come on and participate live. Most trolls just hide in the comment section.
That's why we had all these Moors on here.
And I'm live streaming with my face, so you guys can see me debunking you, talking about it, all that good stuff. Most trolls like to be anonymous and all that good bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Everybody
tried
can get their little piece. Everybody can get their shots in, get their 2020 stress out on these attorneys.
Because Brother Sheldon did say the letter to George Washington.
Yeah.
Yep.
They know not by being told.
Man, not by being told.
Yeah, but he got to follow.
Deacon,
Yeah.
Exactly, Deacon, exactly. I mean, when my mother was sworn in, my parents were sworn in. When I was sworn in, it's through the Constitution, not to the president, not to a statute, not to an individual. It is to the Constitution, the document that governs this nation.
But we know they never do. You know the colors. Once you back that raccoon in the corner, the real coon. Once you back that coon in the corner, you start talking law and stuff like that. You know,
he don't even know who his master is. He's a United States citizen.
Yeah, admittingly. Oh,
I know, and he was like real proud of it.
You're goddamn right. I'm proud to be a United States citizen. United States has its fucking flaws, but I am proud to be American, or at least I know I'm free.
He's proud of it. He said, why don't you call the FBI on me? Damn, son.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because you kept on saying that I was breaking the law by saying I'm a U.S. citizen. It's like, okay, if you think I'm breaking the law by stating that out loud, call the cops on me. See if I get charged.
Because that's the, you know, it's like we catch a Klansman and he's telling, yeah, call the Klan.
Well, you know, they
on the Klan
they truly believe they belong here. They've earned it and ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
you know, I don't know what to tell them anymore. I always, you know, I come across a lot.
Well, here's the thing. You're not going to get much in the way of deporting all of us by talking about it on YouTube live streams
every day, and I try to tell them the truth, and they think that it's come off the wrong way, but they have no birthright here.
Yep.
You can't argue with a fool because they're gonna make you kill him. You can't argue with a fool because you're gonna kill him.
But
and I can't allow my emotions to get caught up in that, you know.
Yeah, you can't.
You know, and they will make me emotional. So, you know, and you're right. I gotta leave a fool alone.
But you know, Cujo.
Yeah, this is pot calling kettle black. You're right. I shouldn't argue with idiots. You know, they'll what's the old adage? They'll beat you with experience.
You're right because about him just coming just to do whatever. He wasn't serious, because like if we're talking all this and I'm listening, okay, I listed off just two books to read at that point, and then he just bounced off or whatever. But if I'm listening,
I didn't bounce off. You guys kicked me out.
Like they came before Columbus. Ain't no crazy unknown book.
Yeah.
He heard about it, but he didn't read it. So if you're really, you know, if this is real to you and you really want to find out what went on, and you know about these books and you don't read them, then obviously you're just playing games.
I had that's the book I hadn't read. The one they say that they came before Columbus. I mean, I don't know. I've heard of the book. I never read it. But the other book that he suggested, Time Walker, is a bunch of fucking mess. And the fact that he's suggesting that as an authoritative source isn't helping his case.
And again, they get pumped up because on their streaming platform, they're going against people in our chat like Root Word, Morris Roots, and Devon Bay and Taharka Bay, and all these Moors who they ain't nobody to be trying to prove something to. Those aren't any Moors to be. If you're gonna debate a Moor, you're gonna pick the lowest guy on the totem pole.
Well, I mean, hey, they offered to be part of the debate. I mean, if you want to debate, let's debate. I can debate. You know, we can have a far more formal discussion if you want, Canaanland Moors. This is an open. If you're watching this, I doubt you are, but if you're watching this, let's have a discussion. Let's have a one-on-one without 3 of your guys trying to back you up and trying to help you out. Let's have a discussion. If you think that you are top tier versus the low-hanging fruit of Devon and Root Words, let's you and me have a go. I'm open to it. Everybody knows that I'm perfectly able of being fair, and I promise I'm not going to call you a savage, you know, in the middle of our discussion. All right, so open challenge.
Oh, like what's that say about you?
I don't even have a channel, but he couldn't even debate me either.
Right?
It's the emotional thing for me when I try it.
Definitely can't debate a mother. We know that. Or Yusuf, what are you talking?
Shut up. Shut up, James. I know what you're doing there.
Yeah, I'm in my 50s, and I've been in the temple since I've been 19. So,
like you can't debate something that's already been pre-recorded. That's the thing. Like, I don't see how anybody try to debate with us as being on a intellectual level, because we don't try to be emotional, because that's stepping outside of ourselves, you know. So when we try to be intellectual with them,
calling me a savage isn't an emotional response.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's crazy about the whole thing. You know, they go against Moors. You know, Moors ain't this.
Hey, what's going on?
Don't worry. Alto, I'm about to finish this up because now it's turning into a you know, you know, they're breaking their wrists, patting each other on the back.
No, brother, how y'all
Everything's good.
doing?
Everything's good, more.
Can't complain.
Well, that's rude, Peter.
Yeah, it's kind of just.
Damn, man.
Hey, if I'm choppy, well, I gotta
you're
do?
clear.
Try to come back.
You
good.
Yeah, it's just your video. Your video's choppy, but we can hear you.
All right, good. Okay, well, it's good that y'all can hear me. Now, hey, this was live tonight, man. Y'all had a good show, man, for sure. Talking, Kush, what he did tonight was fire. We up 1,000 on that.
That was great.
Yeah. What y'all just did with Artie, I mean, like Buddy said, he when he said that they get the spoils of the other thing, and we still here, and they clearly see it still here. That's slavery. He recognized that we under slavery. He recognized
No.
it, but not saying it. But hey, I had a question.
Yeah, more.
That I don't know if I'm.
My argument was simply because the dominant entity won. If you remain here or are here, you are subject to the laws put in place by the dominating entity. And I'm saying that that has been a reality of life since the beginning of human history. That's all I'm saying. I never called you guys slaves. I never called you guys beneath anybody else. All I said was that the dominating political body will be able to determine the laws and the jurisdiction and the rules in place as the conquering nation that has common throughout every nation's history. That's all I said.
or if I'm just not well studied enough.
I never said it was moral in every instance. I never said it was necessarily correct or moral. I was simply giving a realist response. That's what it is. It's a realist response.
And don't get the full concept. It's on the status and on the Social Security card where what's going on with this SS5 form that
you have people go into IG.
The temple here.
All right, now they're going into their own, you know. And I agree with you. It's a very complicated thing, and I'm not trying to make it simplistic or anything like that. But I'm simply stating that, you know, again, territories, jurisdictions change all the time through conquest, or at least that has occurred and recognized as legitimate throughout the annals of time, that conquest can determine who is subject to whose reign, you know? But they want to simply say that, you know, we were here first, ergo we remain, ergo we don't have to do anything that anybody else says. That's not necessarily how it always works. Anyhow, now we're going to go to Marcel Bisset. Give me 1 second while I bring up the video. And again, I agree. Again, I'm full agreement with you that there are parts of American history and world history that is not taught as often and should be taught more often, right? But what these guys, their initial premise is just completely wrong, and it's not what we're talking about. These guys want to teach a type of revisionist history that is so far beyond any shred of evidence that's available to us. Anyway. Marcel Bisset. I love how this guy has... Wait, is this... I just realized he's recording the video. He can't even upload the video originally. He's taking video from another screen. All right, I think I need a drink. I need a refill for this. Strats. Big brain strats. Stonks. Oh my god. He is taking this off of another screen. What is it, 2007?
What we're going to do right now is...
He's... Oh my
god. We're going to do the proof in the pudding section. We actually came up with that name about 5 minutes ago, but we like it. And all we mean by that is I'm going to show the proof that I'm not full of crap.
Guys, he's going to show the definitive proof that he's not full of shit. I can't wait for this. I mean that signage though. I wonder how much he paid for that commission, if he paid at all.
People out there on any post, whether they're
Jolie, if it on VHS, well, if it's 2013 to 2014, that copyright, it should not be on VHS.
Or just someone in the public skeptics, haters, doubters, however you want to phrase it. But just before I get into the proof in the pudding, I just have a really exciting announcement. They've gone a little quieter. We can hear sirens going by outside. We're in Winnipeg, downtown, happens all the time. And the cool thing that we're announcing is Peacemaker Society now has an official crew on Grand Theft Auto 5 Online.
That was the moment that I paused. And I'm like, okay, I have to show this to my viewers. I have to stop. I have to show this to my viewers. I have not seen any of the video from here on out, but that was the moment that I paused and I'm like, okay, I have to share this. Guys, he has a crew. He made a clan in GTA 5 Online. Trying to get that young demographic, am I right?
We've done it. There's a team that you can join, and here's what we're doing, okay? To all you Xbox gamers out there, I'm sorry to promote the company. I'm not trying to on that level. We're an independent. There's no sponsorship, no nothing.
Oh, I guess it's on Xbox only.
For the people who love that game, if you join our crew and we like you, meaning you play and you're cool and you're just good people, after 3 months, if we approve you as a permanent member of that crew, we're going to pay your Xbox Live membership for a year.
Woo! Damn! Okay. That is a deal right there. I don't know, y'all. That's solid right there, you know? Hey, $50 a year ain't cheap for these young bloods. James Butler with the £2 super chat. Thank you very much, man. Much appreciated.
It's about $60 in Canada. That's the budget that we're working.
Why didn't the message show? That sucks.
With, if there are some exceptions.
I know. Yeah, I know, right, James? Like, I like how they're okay. Segue. I'm sorry. I gotta go back to that in a brief segue. I apologize for pausing the video so often, but I get that. That's not the first time I've gotten that sort of thing where it's like, oh, you're a gamer, you play video games, you're not a fucking real lawyer. You know, lawyers have hobbies, right? I mean, you know, I'm able to have off time, right? I don't know. I always thought that gaming has become such a mainstream part of our society that it shouldn't shock people that even though with those with professional degrees or grown adults my age or older would be into video games. Far be it from me, but, you know. Yeah, I mean, Aaron, I could probably use one too, but, you know, my brother's getting married, sister's married twice, cousins are married, friends are married, and I have 2 cats.
Where it's a lot of money, we'll have to approve you as we go, but for what our understanding is on what Xbox Live costs, we're happy to cover that expense, and you can live chat with other Peacemaker Society members. Now, in real life, we're completely peaceful, okay? No violence ever.
I like how he has to put that caveat. I know we have a GTA Online crew, but we're totally peaceful on the outside.
But this is San Andreas, okay? So all the stuff you can't do in reality, it's a game. It's pretend, it's for fun. So within that, our slogan is, we are our brother and sister's keeper. It's a part of our oath. We put a fun, hypothetical, pretend spin on it in the game.
Shut the fuck up, not a Brett. Aw, Emmy, you know, I appreciate the thought. Thank you.
Okay, no violence in the game is anything real.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point, James. Shut the fuck up, Nathan. But that's a good point, James. The guy is all like, I'm no violence ever, but he claims to have won 500 street fights.
That our society is doing outside of it. If you cause harm, you're liable, okay? But in the game, shoot people in the face all day, like to be frustrating. Even just doing truth movement stuff, sometimes it's fun to just unload a clip at police cars in a video game. If you do it in real life, they will shoot you. Do not start doing that stuff. That's it for that. So, proof in the pudding. I'm just going to address some comments that we've been getting on YouTube and whatever. I don't mind opinion, and I don't mind if people have questions. But if you're someone where you have no research behind you, or obviously I've proven what I know. If you spend any time watching our site, studying our materials, we put the proof out there for everyone already. So within putting it out there, if you just make ignorant comments to me, I'm probably going to tell you to go fuck yourself. If you have a genuine question that you're trying to do this and you want to know, I will always be kind. As well as I've instructed our staff, there's only one individual that's allowed to swear at people if they're going to, and that's me, and I don't deal with the public anymore. So know that our staff puts up with me so that you never have to. Long story short, though,
Wait, only you get to swear? That's a bunch of bullshit.
One of the criticisms is I mentioned that I used our society contract for a local utility. Okay, the company was Provincial Tel. I won't get into the details of the arrangement as far as who got paid what or any of that, but this is my actual badge ID from when I worked there. It wound up being a short-founded thing. We went our separate ways.
Wait, did he just... This guy just fucking dox himself. God damn it.
The arrangement as far as who got paid what or any of that, but this is my actual badge ID from when I worked there.
Okay, so you used to work at this utility.
It wound up being a short-founded thing. We went our separate ways, but within that, their lawyers approved it. It all went through no problem. And the original to that is actually in these binders. So that's the next thing that I'm going to show you guys here. These two binders, this is 5 years of litigation. These are our law firm binders, basically. You can just see that, in fact,
Memorandum of Understanding. Prepared for Provincial Tel. Prepared by Marcel of the family Bissett from 2012.
Yes, it does exist. And if I'm lying, they would come sue me into oblivion. So
okay, the fact that you created paperwork and submitted it is not proof that your shit works. Let's put it that way. I don't know, Marvel Girl. I really don't know. Yeah, I noticed that a lot of these sovereign citizens think that, hey, here's all my paperwork. This is proof that I'm doing what I'm saying. Yeah, you're proving that you can submit a bunch of bullshit letters. You're not proving that any of your bullshit letters has any legal effect.
Online, let me just keep flipping there. And so if we get to the back, you can just see that.
I want to see what that page just said.
And if I'm lying, they would come sue me into oblivion. So I'm not lying. Let me just.
Everything that is sent from letters to bills needs to be sent through registered mail. Keep the proof for service and also keep online signature. That is your proof that you have done the due process correctly. I think it's missing a period. Everything's missing a period. What the hell? All documents must state at the bottom, errors and no omissions are included. For liens under $500,000, it is a small courts matter. There are free seminars in many places on the... Why? You are in fucking Canada! Why the fuck are you bringing up the UCC? See you later, Jeremy. Have a good night, man. Why? Why are you bringing up the UCC if you're in fucking Canada?
Flipping there. And so if we get to the back here, these are different info pieces we've given out in our program. These are food program things. This is something people can put in their window. I support peacemaker society and unalienable human rights. We're planning on having one in your freedom package as well. It's about the size of a block parent sign. Whether it's in the first edition or we add it going forward, please do let us know that you would like that.
Grendelfie, I don't think anybody has pointed that out yet.
And it just explains what inalienable rights are on the back, and it just shows support.
Okay.
As well as just its protection for you to police to let them know, yes, you're learning your rights. So we go through, and then in the very, very back is...
Again, sending this stack of paperwork to a utility company does not mean your shit works. Oh, Scott, I am well versed in Meads versus Meads. I actually have it bookmarked. That's how much I love that opinion. So I know very much about Meads versus Meads.
Just how to place liens, just again, instruction and litigation. And then this one over here, actual receipt from when we paid for our notarized identity document. Just showing what we paid. And that one document, just so people know, cost me $350. I spent $200,000 to $400,000, not all of my own money, but of money, and a lot of it I pitched in as well, to get this done. And we're offering it for $1,000. And
so you took
again, I spent $200,000 to $400,000.
You spent $200,000 to $400,000 for all of this printing and bullshit.
$1,000, not all of my own money, but of money, and a lot of it I pitched in as well to get this done. And we're off.
You spent $200,000 to $400,000 for a bunch of bullshit paperwork, and now you're going to turn around and sell it for $1,000 a pop.
For $1,000, and again, the cost on a package is about $100. That's what we need to give it to you because we'd go broke otherwise, okay? And the other money goes to programs, so it's to help you guys. So again, we're not being greedy. It's just to beat the system, you need money. They have trillions of dollars, and all the people in the world, not all the people support our side of things at this point. They're losing that side of the battle. All that's missing for truth to win is money. So we're focusing on money, but we're doing it in a way there's no greed, and it goes back to helping. And this is our actual founding document. And again, just letters and originals to different agencies that we've served over the years. Undefeated. We've had one letter answered back, and it wasn't even correct to process. That was for my social insurance number when I abandoned it. They sent some identity department letter thing that had no force. And then everything else, undefeated. They don't even answer us.
Because they are not obligated to answer you, because it's a bunch of bullshit paperwork that either they don't understand or they're not going to take seriously. That's why they don't respond to you, because you're not worth their time.
Because we ask for full commercial liability under penalty of perjury.
Enforceable by who? You send this shit to courts. The courts are like, fuck you.
On over attestation, they'd have to put every asset that they have where their mouth is or where their pen is to answer us back. Everything I say, I'm right, or I would lose money. So if you're going to challenge me in public and say you know better than I do, and if you say that as fact and you don't say it's just your opinion, but you say you in fact are right and I'm wrong.
I am saying, as a matter of fact, that I am right and you are wrong, and I'm not even fucking Canadian.
I can take every asset you have.
Oh, try me, bitch.
If you respond under full liability.
Try me, bitch.
So you can talk all you want, but as soon as we get a hold of it and we send anyone a letter saying please respond, we conditionally accept what you said upon full commercial liability response, penalty of perjury, over attestation. We don't get a single answer because we're right. Banks have open banks.
So because of the fact that they don't respond is proof of you being correct, that's your proof. The fact that these institutions are not going to be bothered to respond to your bullshit paperwork is proof that your shit works. You're an idiot.
Accounts. They have an ISO officer that is an expert at UCC, Uniform Commercial Code.
Why is he citing UCC in Canada?
We have bank accounts. Within that, that's actually right here, just so people can see. These are the paychecks that we will be paying everybody with, okay? It's from T. Now, because of the capitalization, when I write these checks, I will actually put a line through it, initial it, and rewrite it just capital P, small.
Oh, so we're going with bank fraud now.
Smaller case EAC. Just like you would write normally. Within that, though, our contract at the bank we filled out correctly. So because the bank has the contract we did correctly and we reserved our rights, the fact that their system misprints our name is their liability, not ours. You just have to reserve your rights beside your signature. If you don't have your own law set up yet, you do it under UCC 1-308. That's the part of the Uniform Commercial Code that says anyone entering a contract can reserve personal rights.
I know it keeps stressing out about this, but the fact that this guy is so confident in citing the UCC as a Canadian is just...
separate from that contract. That's how you do it. And for me, I do it under Peacemaker Society law now because we have our 3 letters and our paperwork that acknowledges it. I stand completely independent of any other law.
Alright, I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying this, but I just realized that Peacemaker Society, the abbreviated form is PMS.
Will accept Peacemaker Society law, which is why no one can regulate us, nor can anyone force us to stop helping the public. And I have committed to that with my life, and that I've signed it into law that it can never be undone. So those are the checks. In addition, in the package, just so people know too.
I know. I shouldn't have said anything. I should not have said anything. I should have kept it myself. I'm sorry.
Payment options we're doing going forward, and then. That's all you do on any document, you guys. You reserve right beside what you're doing. And just to prove it, this is a merchant account application. So what we're going to do right now is we're just going to go through and just to show that you can literally do anything as an unregistered, unincorporated association, society, or individual interacting with the corporate system and not give up your rights. Our society, we are recognized worldwide right now as being unregistered, unincorporated, completely independent and self.
The world doesn't even know you exist.
Now we're doing it in other ways for the public because we're doing voluntary.
Other than people who find your channel on YouTube.
Association. So there's no dictatorship. There's none of that. It's just we all help each other and create programs. Get the corporations posing as government the heck out of the way. But this is the epitome in my mind of how you can do anything because this is a business account.
Oh my! No! God damn it! I hope to God. Okay, no, it's not. It's not anybody else's thing. They're doxing themselves. Okay, good. I thought they were going to show somebody's freaking information on here.
That our society can get that we're correct to process, even though we're unregistered and unincorporated. So we can accept once this is approved, which I'm still waiting to hear back on. But we already have the bank account, the online banking. We can do Visa transfers right away. That's all secure already. We're just waiting on this. But the fact we could apply for this and go through the process proves, in fact, you can do anything with this. Just because you get insurance, you don't have to give them your rights. They're corporation, reserve your rights. You need a license, get a license, reserve your rights. Do whatever you have to do to make it that you're not a target. Okay? Claim your rights, but blend in. I don't go up to police walking down the street when there's 4 of them and shove my paperwork in their face and say, ha ha, screw you, corporation, because they're going to beat me up if I do that.
They may not beat you up, but they're going to be like, sir, I'm not going to accept this as evidence of anything, sir. Can I get your license and registration, please?
Weed. I make sure no one's around me if I'm in public and I'm smoking it, because it does offend some people. And sometimes, even if I'm just walking down the street, I've had people try and beat me up over it because they don't like the smell. And within that, I know my rights. If they touch me, I punch them out because I have the right to smoke pot. And as long as I'm not willfully trying. And sometimes, even if I'm just walking down the street, I've had people try and beat me up over it because.
Wait, so this guy walks around smoking a joint?
I don't like the smell. And within that, I know my rights. If they touch me, I punch them out because I have the right to smoke pot. And as long as I'm not willfully trying to hurt you, if you notice me, it harms you or it's bugging you, as someone who's honorable, I'll move away. Or if it is, and I have the right, if you're in my place, then you can leave.
I mean, that's right. I forgot that weed, well, I don't think weed is legal at that time, right? I know pot became legal in Canada, like what, in 2016, 2017 or something like that? I assume this is taken in like, I think in 2013 or 2014.
Then we don't have to hang out, because I don't really hang out with people if they don't smoke pot, because in my experience, it livens the spirit's ability to communicate up in the body a little bit. So within that, each their own though, and if you don't smoke pot, we still might get along. Some people are sweeties without needing the pot. I just need the pot. And then the other thing is, well, franchises. How do you guys fund yourself in the past, all that kind of stuff? What are you guys doing? These are the actual numbers for our community food program. So if you want, it's part of our franchise programs that we have. If you want to start a food bank, you start it in your home. Right now, at least in Winnipeg, there's Winnipeg Harvest, which is good. It's great. They're there.
What province is Winnipeg in? That's the only city I've ever visited in Canada. Fun fact, when my family and I used to live in North Dakota, we took a day trip to Winnipeg. What province is that in? Manitoba? Okay.
But you need a health card. If you don't have a health card, which is slave ID, you can't access them. On top of that, you need a home address. If you're homeless, you can't go get their food. And you can only go once every 2 weeks. Okay, and you get maybe a week worth of food. And I'm talking not a balanced diet week of food. You know, you get probably 3 to 5 days of balanced diet, and then you're skimping by, like eating like a slice of bread and maybe.
June 2018. Okay, so 28. Yeah, I knew it was recent, and I sure should know that this was taken like in 2013, 2014. So this is clearly an older video.
You know, with some corn in a can or something because you didn't get it combined properly. Anyway, regardless of that, our program, through doing Christmas cheerboard fundraisers the first year or two, we thought, well, why can't we do this all year every year? If we can give people a hamper once a year, why can't we just deliver food? And if people can get a freaking pizza in an hour, we did a Feed Your Neighbor fundraiser script that didn't piss people off, that they liked, that they give us food and money. And we're there about 20 seconds of what it generates each day. And the team that goes around collecting gets a small percentage too, that one food bank can look after successfully, depending on the region and demand and that kind of thing. But we have a whole year of results of every day, people going out, and every page has 3 signatures. So that's how we keep accountability.
Okay.
And we also took photos through all of this as well. So our society, we're not auditable. We're not accountable to any government taxation agency.
Oh, okay.
As someone who was a shithead when I was younger, I got blamed a lot. So we set it up. No one can blame me for anything. I'm not stealing anything. There's no ill intent. Any personal issues I have were bled out of everything we do through experts, which is what everyone else needs to do. And we're proving it in Winnipeg.
Deacon Sean King Grip. Oh my God, he does look a little bit like him. Oh my God.
Franchising it everywhere so you can set it up locally. Use our programs or even work with us independently.
I do see a resemblance.
We encourage and invite competition. The more you guys do, the less we have to. And I'd rather go retire and hang out with pretty girls or just family and friends that I love or spend time with my son or any number of things that are a possibility in the.
Oh my God, he's procreated.
I don't want to listen and deal with everyone's headaches, but I will for now until you guys are ready to run your own, as will our staff. We're here to be the leg to help you help yourself. We're not here to fight all your fights for you, but we will stand right beside you in any way we can, as we're able. And physically, we may not be beside you right now, but over the next year or two, our programs will. And if you're like, well, how's that going to happen? Pick up a phone right now, give us a call, start a program.
Oh my God, this is such a fucking grift.
You just solve the problem in your area. And if you won't, someone else will. And to people that have balls and care and heart and are willing to be about something more than themselves, then step up. And even if you're a selfish prick, you'll make a ton of money. We pay more than you're going to make at a job, and it's tax-free because we gift it. So whether you're selfless and a saint or whether you're a selfish piece of shit by what someone else might define,
we'll take all comers.
And I'm not judging anybody because I have no right. I've lived it. I'm very adventurous in life. You have the right to be who you are. And now I've discovered you just don't have a right to hurt other people, but you have a right to defend it with your life and violence from people harming you or community standards too. But you can't start it. It has to be defense, equal force, and maximum mercy as soon as your life, liberty, property rights are not in danger. And that's where the discipline comes in. And in my own life, I had no one to regulate me. And I've always had to fight that battle of being able to cause harm if I wanted to, but finding the kindness and love in my heart. Or self-preservation, and that if someone's a dumb asshole, what am I going to spend 10 years in jail for fucking them up for? I'm just not going to. In my previous life, I had nothing to lose. Now that I've discovered law and truth, I have good community, good people around me. And if you're in an unhealthy situation or an unhealthy family, find help.
I know, right? The beginning was like, hey, guys, we now have a way to target the young people with GTA 5.
You and 2 people, if you sign a piece of paper, that's a community, that's your law, you have the right. The power is in you, it's not outside of you. We can lead you to the water.
Jesus Christ. This guy sounds like every fucking scammer, guru, con artist on the face of the planet. Like, he's hitting all of the fucking cliche lines.
And we don't mean that by Kool-Aid. We're just saying your community standard, you need to apply, protect your rights. And if you do it, ours will be safe too. And if we protect ours, yours will be safe. We will always honor your right to have whatever kind of community you want, even if it's nothing like what I am. And if I repulse you, that's your right. And if I don't, and we're neighbors, then maybe we'll be community one day too. We're here to associate and support with anyone.
I doubt it, Nathan.
In any group that doesn't cause harm. And if you do cause harm, we're going to teach and use education to show you how to do it in a way you're correct, but you still stand your ground. And within that, that's the proof of the pudding section. All of this you get in your package with the exception of the numbers and stuff. But do get in touch with us. We have franchise programs. We're going to be launching tons over the next year or two.
I mean, he was smoking a joint when he started this video, so.
And we're a continual thing that is always evolving. The best ideas, the best systems win in our society. If we're doing something today and you know a better way, get in touch. And as soon
he's selling a $1,000 package to free oneself from the system and remove oneself from the public to the private. That's how all of these bullshit soft-sit guru con artists operate.
As soon as we can implement it responsibly, we will happily do it right away. And just so people know, in 5 years, we've caused no harm to anyone. We're 100% successful. We haven't had to pay anything out. We haven't been sued, nothing.
Probably not, but eventually.
Again, there's the odd misunderstanding that people try and drum up some trouble for us through either me being maybe rude to how I fired them because of how I feel about things. Within that, though, because we're correct to process, there's been no consequence to our society because we are right. It's always been defensive in the way that I view it, even if they feel like I was the aggressor. Within that, that's...
Wait, what did you just say?
Response. All of this, you get a little thing that is always evolving. The best ideas, the best systems win in our society. If we're doing something today and you know a better way, get in touch. And as soon as we can implement it responsibly, we will happily do it right away. And just so people know, in 5 years, we've caused no harm to anyone. We're 100% successful. We haven't had to pay anything out. We haven't been sued, nothing. Again, there's the odd misunderstanding that people try and drum up some trouble for us through either me being maybe rude to how I fired them because of how...
Maybe being rude. Well, considering how you act when you're off the cuff, and you make these kinds of videos where you're dropping the N-bomb about 45,000 times, it wouldn't shock me if you let somebody go while also calling them a fucking asshole in the middle of it.
How I feel about things. Within that, though, because we're correct to process, there's been no consequence to our society because we are right. It's always been...
We are right. I mean... fucking narcissism right there.
Defensive in the way that I view it, even if they feel like I was the aggressor. Within that, that's all nonviolent verbal stuff, and beyond that, it's not about me. We've had professionals and other people running different departments for probably the last few months at least, and for several years before that, we've had other people administering. So I'm the anchor, but again, there's a lot of people that make this up, that have helped create what this is. It's your freedom in a box. Come get it. Get resources. Protect yourself.
Freedom in a box.
Use privacy. Combine paperwork correctly with street smarts. Learn it, and just make sure you can protect your community. And don't challenge people that are bigger and tougher than you to fight, be it paperwork or whatever, until you can be safe. You can be a mouse against the lion. If you're in a little mouse hole, he can't get you in. Anyway, that's it for that. Proof's in the pudding. Get in touch with us. We're ready to start.
And all of that random bullshit was his proof. But his sales pitch was his proof.
Delivering packages right away. Go to the website, get on the website, call us, email us. Email first is preferable. peacemakerssociety@outlook.com. Or again, you can call. If you do call, it might take a few days for us to get back to you though. 204-926-8558.
Which is now...
Give you your time. It's your freedom. Home run. We did it. Just last little bit of proof in the pudding. People want to know if we have support.
Pause that for 1 second. We have a new phone number, you guys. 204-698-2684.
All right, get the fuck out of my ear.
Email is still good. peacemakersociety@outlook.com. You bet. Here we go.
Stuff. These are CEOs and different people in different around the world, Australia, everything. These are actual box sales just from this week. Okay, each of these is worth $1,000 to $70,000. Okay, we have CEOs buying one for everyone in their company, and then these are people from around the world right now that are waiting to start working, that are going to start delivering packages.
This is professional.
This is everyone that's signing up to the system. Within that, if you pan over to the map, just very quickly, that's the map we're filling up with pins. We just needed to get more staff, and within that, that's going to be full within the next couple of months. So if you pan back to me, perfect. So Proofs in the pudding. You've seen the manuals, you've seen our photo record, it's all in the package. We have a disc in there.
It reminds me of another grifter. I think you're talking about Taj Tariq Bey.
You can adjust it for yourself to correct it for your own template. It's called a precedent document. Law firms, they create one document and then everyone else just reuses that document and adjusts it for the rest of the time. At least that's my understanding of the professionals we've hired and worked with. So we have the precedent documents. You make them correct to your form, and if you need advocacy or coaching, we do have programs. They are honor credit programs, but as soon as you get the package, you get your honor credit account, so you can just give your small monthly gift. Again, go to the website for details. This isn't here to sell you. This is just showing you proofs in the pudding. Get your package, get involved, work with...
What proof?
Start a franchise, strategic associate, or just...
I should buy a packet of this bullshit? No way. I am not going to waste mine or any of your guys' money on buying a packet of this bullshit. I'm sorry.
Have a great night. Freedom's ours. Let's kick the system's ass because they're a bunch of fucking criminals. Cheers. Stay safe.
So that's it. He just rehashed an old video and just uploaded it to YouTube. That's basically what Marcel just did today. Yeah, investment my ass. All right, I think we're done here. I think I'm done for the night. I'm gonna end it here. I'm not going to try and make this last any longer than it needs to be. I've had my fill of stupid. I've had my fill of arrogance. I know I shouldn't call it a night when I got 100 folks watching, but later on tonight in about it's 8:13, so probably around 9 o'clock. I'm going to be on my other channel. I'm going to finish up the alternate ending for Cyberpunk, and then after that I'm going to be off. No streaming tomorrow, Christmas Day, the 26th, and most likely not the 27th because I'll be probably heading back from my sister's on the 27th. So I don't know if I'm going to be streaming that day, but we'll see from there. And yeah, so I hope you guys have yes, I will probably have I'll probably drop in on Marvel Girls Christmas Day stream, but I won't be streaming myself. So sorry, Alto, I'm sorry, I can't do Cyberpunk now. I gotta go eat something. I really do. I'm hungry. So I'll probably be on at 9. I know that's late for you. I apologize, but I gotta get some food. But I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. Have a safe one. Take care of yourselves. Do what you gotta do to stay safe and all that jazz, and I will check you guys later. All right, thank you very much for dropping by. As always, your tips and contributions are always appreciated, and I can't thank you enough. So thank you guys again. Take care. Have a good night. Adios.